What's the wildest thing you've seen a parent allow? I was standing in line at the pharmacy when something hit the back of my head, hard. I turned around to see a little boy, maybe 6 years old, giggling and loading another projectile into a toy slingshot. Before I could react, he fired again, this time a small metal toy car that struck my forehead. The pain was immediate and sharp, red liquid. I touched my forehead and my fingers came away red. An actual cut from a toy car shot point blank by some random kid. I looked around for a parent, expecting rushed apologies and horrified expressions. Instead, I saw a woman casually scrolling through her phone, completely oblivious. Or worse, deliberately ignoring what her son was doing. "Excuse me," I said, my voice shaking with a mix of pain and disbelief. "Your son just hit me with something and I'm bleeding." She glanced up, barely making eye contact. "He's just playing. Kids will be kids." The pharmacist behind the counter called out, "Ma'am, is everything okay? Do you need a bandage?" Before I could answer, the boy darted behind the counter, an area clearly marked staff only, and started grabbing bottles off shelves. The pharmacist froze in shock as medications clattered to the floor. The mother didn't move, didn't call him back, didn't even look up from her phone. "Ma'am!" The pharmacist's voice rose. "You need to control your child. Those are prescription medications." The mother sighed dramatically, as if we were all inconveniencing her. "He's exploring. It's how children learn." An elderly man in line behind me stepped forward. "Young lady, your son could hurt himself or others. Those medications aren't toys." The boy emerged from behind the counter with something in his hand, a bottle of pills. Before anyone could stop him, he popped the cap and dumped them on the floor, then started stomping on them, crushing expensive medication into powder. The pharmacist rushed from behind the counter. "That's enough. Those are controlled substances. I'm calling security." The mother finally stood up, but not to discipline her child. Instead, she pointed at the pharmacist. "Don't you dare threaten my son. He's expressing himself. He's destroying property and endangering himself." I couldn't hold back anymore. "And he physically injured me." I pointed to my still bleeding forehead. The mother looked at me with cold eyes. "If you can't handle being around children, that's your problem." Something in me snapped. I pulled out my phone and started recording. "So, you're saying it's okay for your child to assault strangers and destroy medication?" Her eyes widened. "Stop recording me right now or You'll what?" The elderly man cut in. "Assault her like your son did? I'm a witness, and I've already called the police." The mother's face transformed from entitled to panicked in an instant. She grabbed her son's arm, the first parental action I'd seen from her, and tried to pull him toward the exit. The boy screamed and went limp, a practiced tantrum that made her stumble. The pharmacist blocked the exit. "The police are already on their way. Those medications are worth thousands, and we have everything on security camera." The mother changed tactics instantly. "I'm so sorry, he has behavioral issues. I'll pay for everything. Just please don't call the police." "Too late," said the elderly man, as two officers walked through the door. What happened next was both satisfying and disturbing. The officers reviewed the security footage, took statements, and photographed my injury. The mother was charged with negligent supervision, failure to prevent property damage, and leaving the scene of an injury. Child services was called. As they led her away, she looked back at me with pure hatred. "This is your fault," she hissed. "He's just a child." "No," I replied, pressing the bandage the pharmacist had given me to my forehead. "This is what happens when parents don't parent." The elderly man patted my shoulder. "Some people shouldn't have children until they grow up themselves." I nodded, watching as the boy was gently led away by a child services worker, suddenly quiet and scared without his mother's implicit permission to terrorize strangers.